it's Nikki. Today I want to tell you about the sofa story. So, my son was born in 2015, and for the rest of 2015 and a lot of 2016, we spent a lot of time together. He was one of those babies that was cheek to cheek. And it was lovely and it was great, but neither of us got very much sleep. But that's another story for another time. In late 2015, I became so aware of my surroundings. And maybe this was sleep deprivation. Maybe it was never spending so many hours awake in my house, but I noticed everything. I became acutely aware of my surroundings. And the first thing that I noticed again and again was how awful our sofa was. And this was a second-hand sofa that a family member had kindly given us when we moved into our old flat. And, it was fine. It did the job. But it was so uncomfortable at that time. I'd had a big baby. He was £9.10. And I just wanted to be comfy. I wanted to be able to have that stretchy moment where everything felt good. I then spoke to Matt about it and I said, gosh, I would really love one of those corner sofas. What do you think? And he said, how would we get it in here? How big would it be? And I thought that it was such an analogy for welcoming something new into your life. And yes, of course, there is that sort of instinct and that desire. And like my heart was saying, I really would love a sofa. And I was going on Pinterest and I was looking at different things. But you have to allow for the practical sometimes as well. You have to clear the mental space, the physical space for that new thing to come in. And it's much easier once you have the details. So as we started to talk more and more, I began to do some research. So I researched how much these sort of cost, what was the vague sort of figure that they were looking at for a corner sofa. I thought about whether we would want a left-hand one or a right-hand one. So I was getting to know all the terminology because I was going on so many kind of looking into the copy of how people sell their sofas. I was then thinking about the material. I knew that I had a baby and I was thinking we're not going to go for something very pristine or something that was very difficult to keep clean. And of course, then we had to measure it. So we measured the space, we thought about what would be possible, we then thought about what was important to us, etc. And so today, I want to invite you to imagine that thing, whether it's an experience, a new role, a set of circumstance, or an actual physical thing. And go into detail about what it is going to require of you in order to make it happen. Now, there would have been some people at that time who gone, I don't really like this sofa. Okay, great. We'll measure up vaguely. Yeah, I've got £2,000 in my bank account that's, just hanging about. We'll order it. We'll get it delivered. We'll get it sorted. Bish, bash, bosh. Done by the end of the week. We were not in that position at that time. And so it did take a bit of work. It did take a bit of backwards and forwards. And we did spend one day with quite a tiny baby going up and down Tottenham Court Road and actually going to sit on these sofas before we made that decision. And so I want you to think about how you could make that analogy work for you. I know that you want the thing. I know that you want the experience, the new version of you, the new chapter, whatever it is, but go into the details and know that there's probably going to be a way to make this happen. But I will say the answers might not come straight away. And I want to remind you once again that that is okay. Some of our big goals, our big dreams, where we want to go next, they take time to materialize. They take time to come into fruition. They take time to finance sometimes, or for you to have the space to actually do the thing. but think about what you can do right now that's practically going to get you closer. So by the time we got to the stage where we could welcome the new sofa into our house, I knew what the measurements were. I knew the kind of things that I liked, that I disliked. I knew the furniture that we would have to get rid of. I knew where our old sofa was going, etc. There are so many ways that you can play with this exercise, that you can make it really practical for you. As always, I would love to know. If you want to delve in deeper into goal setting and where you go next and all of that good stuff, go to the goal setting section on my website, or you can go into the goal setting room on my freebies page. There are loads and loads of videos in that room, so check it out. You can work through at your own pace and all of that good stuff. But as always, I would love to know if you are also ready to go ahead and go, I need this, I want to do it. I get what you're saying, Nikki. I understand the sofa analogy. I need some support to make it happen. Go to my Work With Me page or my shop page and we'll go into more detail. All right, I'm sending lots of love. Thanks for watching, for listening, and I'll see you soon.